Hi, this is Trinae, and you're watching Craft Talk, my weekly series where I craft while talking about motivation, personal development, and creativity. You can find out more about me and the show at becomingfab.com. Today's talk will feature the Lawn Fawn's Critters of the Jungle stamp set and focus on the truth about perfectionism. So this year I decided that I wanted to start my own coaching business. I originally started life coaching back in 2009 with GCAP and DFATs at a second chance home, and I really liked it. And so after that, when I left there, I started working with different nonprofits, offering my services pro bono, sometimes, and leading workshops and seminars and retreats. I love coaching, and I love the aspects. And with my background being in counseling, I was like, cool, I'll do it. So I started B School, and the second module of B School was, developing a website for your business. And I'm pretty tech savvy. I know my way around a computer and with Photoshop and everything. So I said that I would create my own website instead of paying someone to do it. And, once I started doing it, I really got caught up into the details of the website. I was looking around at different websites, taking notes on the things that I like, the things that I wanted for my own site. And I really got tied down into the details, and weeks went by and I still wasn't done with this site. Then it turned into a month. Honestly, I didn't finish my site until well after I was done with B School. And it's a 8-week program, I think. 6 or 8 week program. And so I really got caught up in wanting to have a perfect website. But there's just one thing. There's no such thing as a perfect website. And you can get caught up in the details of doing something so perfectly that you never get anything done. And that was the loop that I was in. A lot of people like to think that being a perfectionist is a good thing. You hear people say, in job interviews, that being a perfectionist is their weakness. I just want everything to be perfect. But the truth is, being a perfectionist can cost you a lot of time, which is a valuable resource that you cannot get back. And it can also cost you a lot of money, because if you never finish a project at work, you're costing your company money. Or even if it's, if you're an entrepreneur, you're costing yourself money. That's money you could be making doing something, but instead you're spending your resources in an endless loop. I attended a branding workshop in 2013, and Mandy from Waiting on Martha was there, and one of her key points in her talk was to strive for greatness instead of striving to be the best. And her key point was the best is always changing. It's not a position that you can stay on top of. But if you strive to do great things, that's something you can keep up with. So today I wanted to go over the 3 types of perfectionists, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people struggle with, and they don't even realize the reason behind their struggle is because they're striving to be perfect. Yes, it's great to strive for excellence. It's great to strive to do great things, because we are all capable of great things, but no one is capable of being perfect, and nobody is capable of creating something that is perfect. There's flaws in all of us, and there's flaws in the stuff that we do and create. So your first type of perfectionist is the meticulous one. These are the people who get caught up into the details of a project. These are the people who never know when to stop. This is me. When I was designing my website, I kept adding and adding and adding, and every time I would see something new, I was like, oh, I need that. Let me figure out how to do that. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not a developer. So all of my knowledge was coming from Google and YouTube and like different forums. So when I would see something that I would like, I would have to go back and learn how to do it through Google or find some kind of tutorial that would walk me through. So I had to spend time looking for how to do, the project, and spending time on actually doing the project, which was, creating my website. And some of the stuff that I got caught up in, they weren't even important things. It was things that I could have did without. They were pages that I could have did without. And ultimately, they did cost me time. And that was a resource that I could have been used doing something else. The second type of perfectionist is the indecisive one. This is the person that cannot make a decision on something. They look at their options and they make lists and they have all these priorities and they, do their checks and balances, but they never narrow one thing down. They are always in the I have an idea stage of development, but they never get past that. And because of that, they never really grow. A good example of this type is the people that you see on House Hunters. I love that show. Anything HGTV, I love. But on there, you will always have like a person who will look at like 20, 30 houses and they have this long checklist and they weigh out their, what they really want. They're waiting on it. And then when they decide to put in an offer, the house gone because nothing waits in life. So the indecisive perfectionist loses out every time. And the third type of perfectionist is the fearful avoidant. And this type of perfectionist is afraid of getting things wrong. So they spend life on the safe side. They take very minimum risk and they only focus on things that they know they can do right. So they never really try anything new and they never increase their developmental skills because they stay in their comfort zone. This type of perfectionism is rooted in irrational beliefs. Therefore, it's a little bit harder to overcome, but it's not impossible. Now that you know the different types of perfectionists, it's time to do a self-assessment. If you can answer yes to these questions that I'm about to ask, you may be a perfectionist. Question number 1. Are you highly critical of your mistakes and the mistakes of others? And question number 2, do you have an all or nothing approach to your tasks and projects? Now, if you answered yes to both of those questions and you're okay with it and you love the way that your life is going right now, then honey, carry on with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do you. But if you answered yes to those questions and you want to change your task because you are losing time, you are stressed out, you are losing money, then I have created a workbook that will help you overcome your perfectionism. And did I mention that this workbook is free? So go ahead and download your free workbook at becomingfab.com. Just like a snake in the grass, perfectionism can disguise itself. But just remember, you don't have to be perfect to do great things. This is Trinae, wishing you a day full of creativity, confidence, and clarity. Until next time, bye-bye.